All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the work of Ralf Graeber.
Okay.
He's a contemporary artist and a natural philosopher, and we're going to be exploring his video piece, The Numinous, Lost in Time and Space. I've been looking over these sources that you shared,
Yeah.
and I'm really fascinated by how he uses music and visuals to kind of grapple with these questions about truth and the unknown.
Yeah. Well, I think what's really interesting about Graeber is that he doesn't really try to tell you about the concepts. He's trying to create an experience,
Right.
like an atmosphere.
Okay.
And so in his work, The Numinous, it kind of refers to this feeling of awe, of wonder, even a sense of the divine.
Yeah.
This feeling of encountering something that's just beyond human comprehension.
Okay, so he's setting the stage with this concept of the numinous,
Right.
but the sources also talk about truth as a key theme here.
Yeah.
How does that fit in?
I think what he's suggesting is that truth isn't just this abstract idea.
Right.
It's a living reality. And he thinks we experience and we feel truth,
Yeah.
not just understand it intellectually.
Okay.
And so that's where his art comes into play.
I see.
He wants to help us access truth through this kind of multisensory experience.
So it's fascinating that he's using art to explore these concepts that are so complex.
Uh-huh.
Now, the sources also mention that music plays a crucial role in Graeber's work.
Yeah.
There's a quote here that says, he places us in a modern context of a sound world to help us process truth and the unknown. What do you make of that?
Well, think about it. Music has this really unique ability to tap into our emotions, to make us feel things kind of on this visceral level.
Okay.
And feelings about truth and the unknown, those can be deeply personal.
Yeah.
Very hard to express with words alone. So Graeber uses music to create a space where we can process those emotions and reflect on these profound concepts.
Okay, so the music is creating a space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Music can definitely transport you to another place emotionally. Can you maybe give us an example of how Graeber might achieve this?
Like a piece of music with a very slow, almost meditative tempo.
Okay.
The notes are drawn out, and they're creating this sense of space and mystery. This kind of music could evoke these feelings of awe, of contemplating something vast, unknown.
Right.
And that can prime the viewer to be receptive to Graeber's visual exploration of those concepts.
So the music is preparing us for the visual experience.
Exactly.
Okay. And speaking of visuals, the sources describe Graeber using persons and open portals to depict a world beyond our own. It's like he's trying to give us a glimpse into another reality.
Yeah.
So what's the significance of these images?
Well, Graeber is known for his very meticulous portrayals of human behavior and the inner world of the soul.
Yeah.
So he's taking his understanding of the human condition and he's translating it into these visual representations. So those persons, they might represent different aspects of ourselves, our struggles, our desires. And then the open portals could symbolize the pathways to a deeper understanding.
Yeah.
The potential for transcending our kind of limited perception of reality.
So it's like he's visually representing this idea that there's more to life than meets the eye.
Absolutely.
And from what I'm gathering, these images are not just random. They're carefully chosen to convey a specific message.
Yeah, every element in Graeber's work is very deliberate. They all work together to create this really cohesive experience.
Okay.
He's not just throwing images and sounds together.
Right.
He's crafting a language, of symbols and sensations to communicate these complex ideas about truth and the unknown.
Interesting.
Yeah. And, he's trying to elevate this depicted reality to a higher level. He's not just showing us what's out there. He wants to kind of shift our understanding, our perception.
So how does he do that?
Well, how does he take these images and sounds and use them to actually shift our perception of reality? Well, one of the sources mentions that music can shift the perception of reality into a different perspective. And I think that's key here.
Yeah.
Music can create this sense of immersion, of being transported.
Okay.
And combined with these powerful visuals, it can lead to a really transformative experience, almost like stepping into another dimension.
Oh, that makes sense.
No.
I mean, think about like certain movies
that
use soundtracks to completely change the mood of a scene.
Exactly.
Or a particular song that can instantly evoke a memory. Music and visuals have this power to work together and really transport us.
Exactly. And Graeber understands how to harness that power. He's not simply providing entertainment.
Right.
He's using art as a tool for exploration.
Okay.
A way to guide us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us.
It's like he's creating this bridge between our everyday reality and this realm of truth and the unknown that he's depicting. So it's not just about seeing what's in the video.
Right.
It's about feeling it, experiencing it on this deeper level.
Exactly. He's inviting us to engage with the unknown. Not with fear or apprehension, but with a sense of wonder and curiosity.
That's interesting because I think when you think about it, art has always been a way for humans to grapple with these big questions.
Yeah.
The things we don't fully understand.
Right.
And it seems like Graeber's work is continuing that tradition.
Yeah.
But he's using these modern tools and techniques to create something truly unique and immersive.
And that's what makes his work so compelling.
Yeah.
He's pushing the boundaries of art. He's using it to explore these frontiers of human consciousness and our understanding of reality. He's not giving us any easy answers.
Right.
But he's prompting us to ask new questions.
Yeah.
To delve deeper into these mysteries of existence.
Now, one thing that struck me in the sources is this idea that truth isn't something you just find.
Right.
It's something you experience.
Yeah.
So how do Graeber's methods kind of reflect that idea?
Well, he's not just presenting information about truth. He's crafting an experience that's designed to evoke this feeling.
Okay.
This sense of connection with something that's larger than ourselves.
Yeah.
It's about prompting a visceral, intuitive understanding rather than a purely intellectual one.
So it's not just about thinking about truth. It's about feeling it, sensing it.
Exactly. He's engaging our emotions, our senses, even our subconscious.
Right.
To lead us toward a more holistic understanding of truth.
And that's a powerful approach.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying, don't just take my word for it, feel it for yourself. Now I'm curious, how do you think Graeber's background as both an artist and a natural philosopher, how does that influence his approach?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah.
It seems to be a really unique blend.
Right.
He combines the artist's sensitivity to aesthetics and emotional impact with the philosopher's desire to kind of explore these fundamental questions about existence.
Yeah.
And this allows him to create work that's both visually stunning and intellectually stimulating.
So he's not just appealing to our eyes or our ears.
Yeah.
He's engaging our minds as well.
Exactly. It's this multi-layered experience.
It is.
And I think that's what makes his work so effective. He's not just telling us something, he's showing us, making us feel it.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about Graeber's techniques.
Yeah.
His approach. But let's maybe zoom out for a moment.
Okay.
And consider the broader implications of his work. What does it say about the power of art to explore these profound concepts?
I think Graeber's work demonstrates that art can be a really powerful tool for exploring ideas and emotions that are often difficult to articulate with words alone.
Right.
It can offer new perspectives, challenge our assumptions, and really expand our understanding of the world and our place in it.
It's like he's saying art is not just decoration.
Right.
It's a way of knowing, a way of understanding the world and ourselves.
And that's a perspective worth considering.
Yeah.
It challenges us to see art not just as something beautiful to look at, but as this powerful means of communication and exploration.
Absolutely. It encourages us to engage with art on a deeper level, to look for the meaning and the messages hidden within the colors, the shapes, the sounds, the movements.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really makes you realize that Art can be so much more than just aesthetics.
Yeah.
It can be a portal to this deeper understanding, a way to grapple with these complex ideas and emotions.
Right.
But let's bring it back to Graeber for a sec.
Okay.
One of the sources mentions this quote about his work aiming to elevate the depicted reality of a new world to a higher level. What do you think he means by that?
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I think maybe he's suggesting that there's a level of reality that we don't typically access with our everyday senses. And through his art, through this combination of music and visuals and these carefully crafted experiences, he's trying to kind of lift us up.
Yeah.
To give us a glimpse of that higher level.
So he's not just showing us another world. He's trying to elevate our consciousness. To expand our understanding of what reality can be.
Yeah.
It's a pretty ambitious goal.
It is ambitious.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of what makes Graeber's work so intriguing. He's not afraid to tackle these big questions. To push the boundaries of what art can do.
Yeah.
And in doing so, he's challenging us to expand our own thinking, to consider possibilities we might not have entertained before.
He's definitely given us a lot to think about.
Yeah, he has.
So before we wrap up our deep dive into the world of Ralf Graeber,
Okay.
I want to leave our listeners with a question
All right.
that's been echoing in my mind throughout this conversation.
Okay.
If truth is something that we experience rather than simply understand intellectually, what experiences in your life have brought you closer to a deeper understanding of truth? Take a moment to reflect on that.
Okay.
What moments, encounters, or even works of art have resonated with you on a deeper level?
Yeah.
Perhaps revealing something profound about yourself or the world around you.
It's a really powerful question.
Yeah.
And one that I think we can all benefit from pondering. Graeber's work reminds us that the search for truth isn't a passive activity. It requires us to engage with the world, to open ourselves up to new experiences, and to be willing to challenge our own perspectives. It's a continuous journey, and each of us has this opportunity to explore it in our own unique way.
Beautifully said. Well, if you're interested in exploring Graeber's unique approach to truth and the unknown, we encourage you to check out his work. We'll include some links in the show notes. Until next time. Keep diving deep, keep those minds open, and keep searching for those experiences that reveal the truth that lies within and all around us.
Absolutely.